Shalom, shalom, shalom. Out there to the hopeful elect of Israel. First off, I'm going to start off and give all honors and infinite praises to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakach Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, who taught us his truth and who rule well. Peace and safety and salutations out there to you sincere and you hopeful elect, scattered abroad across the four winds of this earth. All right, I'm your fellow servant, Mala Akia. All right, coming in with another lesson today. This lesson is going to be going into, we are quickly approaching, all right, the time of great testing. All right, just lambacking from off the brother Ash, you know, the priest Ash out here in the GMS Tampa Bay church, the head of the camp. He had a lesson going into, what was it? A great tribulation. All right, that was the title of the lesson, Great Tribulation. Okay, and just kind of laying back and put my 2 cents in. All right, going into we are quickly approaching, all right, this time of great testing. All right, he was going to different scenarios, going into just saying basically because you know that you're an Israelite doesn't mean that you got a spot on the chariot. He said even if you out there preaching, all right, the words of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, it doesn't mean, all right, that you got a guaranteed seat on the chariot. This is where, the time we are approaching quickly is the great time of testing. You have to be proved, all right? You have to be proved by Yahweh Bahashim Yahushua, okay, to see, all right, are you truly for him, all right? Are you not just saying that you for him, but then when the time come that you back out, now the Lord's been ready to put each and every single last one of us to the test to prove us, to see whether, all right, we are really for Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua, all right, who is our allegiance to, and it should be to the Lord. So here it is, Revelation 3:10. I'm going to read. It says, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. All right, when I read it here in the NLT. Because you have obeyed my command to persevere. I got a jacket. It goes into there. It says perseverance wins. Okay? And that's what's going to come down to, your endurance. Okay? Your faith. All right, you believing in Yahweh Bashim Yahushua and his words. Okay, you obey the command of what he said, and this is how you're persevering. It says, I will protect you from the great time of testing. Okay, that will come upon the whole world to test those who belong to this world. Okay, so this simulation of what the Lord has, that's getting ready to play out, all right, through the way of these prophecies, is getting ready to be a great test. Okay? You're going to have temptations. You're going to have Satan, the different demons all in your mind, all right, trying to get you to doubt, all right, the Lord. All right? I think I said, your spirit warring against your flesh, There's going to be a lot of different things happening that's going to tempt you to stay a part of this world. You got to think about it. You got your family. You got people who worry about their jobs. They worry about their houses. They worry about the different things of what they've accumulated here in this place. Okay? And if you have any different or any attachments to this place, that's it. If you got any attachments to America, Babylon the Great, anything that's with this place, you will fall to the temptations when it come. Okay? You can't be a soldier for Yahweh Bashim Yahushua and have your mind into the affairs of this world. As the scripture says, all right? The Lord called you to be a good soldier. Okay? To do what he has commanded you to do. Okay? And that's to deny the flesh. All right? To deny yourself. All right. And to serve and pick up your cross, serve after Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. All right. So that great time of testing is coming. You seeing with the supply chain issues, it's only going to get worse, man. You know, they can say they want to make deals or whatever, but they're already behind in schedule of even making different shipments. There's nothing on the docks right now. Don't matter if they come to a conclusion of where they want to start to make deals. No, the damage has already been done. Now we're getting ready to see this thing escalate even more. Okay, you got to where they're closing both economies down, shutting different jobs, factories over there in China. Okay, and this is like these different factories are world producing factories that would supply to the U.S. and other different countries as well. But if those are closing, and it's going to make a different domino effect over here in America, Babylon the Great, it's getting ready to come to a point to where people are about to start losing everything. And it's going to be to the point to where people that want to keep their life, they're going to fold to the new system that's being created. Okay? So truly, the Lord's getting ready to test those who belong to this world. And when you go into that, you know, what have you really built your foundation on? Let's get that in 1 Corinthians. Okay? And it should be what? In Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. I think it's around here. Yeah. This is the book of 1 Corinthians 3, straight to the point. Well, I'll start at verse 12. It says, I'm going to get to verse 13. It says, now if any man build upon this foundation gold, silver, precious stones, wood, hay, stubble. Okay. It says, every man's work shall be made manifest, for the day shall declare it, because it shall be revealed by fire. And the fire shall try every man's work of what sort it is. I'm reading this in the NLT. But on the judgment day, the Lord brings the different judgments, fire will reveal what kind of work each builder has done. Whoo! The fire will show if a person's work has any value. Ooh, it says if the work survives, that builder will receive a reward. But if the work is burned up, the builder will suffer great loss. The builder will be saved, but like someone barely escaping through a wall of flames. Okay? I believe the brother brought out, what's that? Acts 14 and 22 as well. Confirming the souls. Let's just get it right quick. I don't want to butcher it. I think it's Acts 14 and 22. It reads, Acts 14 verse 22. It says, confirming the souls of the disciples and exhorting them to continue in the faith. And that's what we do, to tell you to keep going. You know, we're telling you about the different trials that's getting ready to come. The testing that the Lord is about to bring upon the whole world. It's getting ready to try you too. All right, the proving grounds. Okay, but we're telling you to push through it. Persevere. It says then that we must through much tribulation enter into the kingdom of the Most High. Okay, I'm reading this in the NLT. It says, where they strengthen the believers. You know, that's why you see these different digital video epistles us going out on the highways and hedges, so on and so forth. This is us talking to the believers to let them know to keep continuing. You know, we're men laboring just, to fight, for that crown. You know, we're telling the believers who believe, all right, on this word, all right, to keep pushing, to keep going, exhorting them to continue. It says they encourage them to continue in the faith, no matter what go on. We tell you to continue in the faith. Don't matter whatever go on. Always continue. Because the scripture says the elect, those who endure into the end, all right, shall be saved. And that's the elect. You want to be a part of the elect. No matter what it is you go through, continue. All right. It's not going to be a walk, a walk in the park. just easily strolling through to get to the kingdom. Nah, man. The Lord told us, and he's getting us prepared to tell us what is getting ready to go down. It says they encouraged them to continue in the faith, reminding them that we must suffer many hardships to enter the kingdom of the Most High. Okay? So you're going to lose things. Things is going to be taken away from you. Houses, cars, clothes, your job, children. Anything that you attach yourself to this world and this system, because everything is right now is all Esau's, and he can take it away whenever he want. So these different many hardships, afflictions, things is getting ready to come our way. Just know it has to be taken away in order for us to get to the kingdom. Okay, that great time of testing, be ready to let shit go. Be ready to let shit go, man. Because that's what we head into, man. If you want to, like these other Israelite groups out here that want to be at the top and have a notoriety and, they want to be the man. Look, man, these men are going to fail because they are part of the world. They are a part of the world still. They have 1 foot in the truth and 1 foot into the world. Okay? They on the fence. They don't know. But the Lord's going to reveal it, man, by the testing that he's about to bring. And we getting ready to see who was all talk. Okay? We getting ready to see real soon all you so-called believers, if y'all was really all about this or was y'all really just talking, man. And what I learned in the world, man, a lot of you niggas, man, y'all just be fucking talking, man. Y'all ain't about shit, man. All right? So, let me get this here in, I had quoted earlier, Matthew 7. Because this is where a lot of Israelites is here, man. All right? They are likened unto foolish. All right? They're not building, all right, upon that foundation, all right, that was laid, all right? Which is who? Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua, man. All right? So let me get this right quick. Matthew 7, and I get one more precept, and then I get up out of here. Matthew 7 and verse 24, it says, therefore, no, let me see. Ooh, yeah. Matthew 7 verse 24, it says, therefore, whosoever heareth these sayings of mine and doeth them, I will liken him unto a wise man which built his house upon a rock. Okay? You want to have your house on steady ground. Okay? You don't want nothing to come underneath it and to push it and to wash it away. Okay? You want to be likened unto the wise man. All right? And that's where you being indulged into these scriptures, man. All right? Building upon, okay, Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua, man. You being rock solid, man. Your house. All right? It says, and the rain descended and the floods came and the winds blew and beat upon that house. What is that? That's the hardships. Okay? The afflictions, the hell, the fire, the temptations, the destruction, the things that can take you off your path. All right? These are different things, scenarios that can come towards to beat upon that house, which is you, man. Okay? You got your flesh fighting against you as well. Okay? For since you was grounded on Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua, it says, and it failed not, for it was founded upon a rock. It was solid. Okay? You were solid. You kept your faith all the way into the end. No matter what conditions came your way. You was like scripture says in Romans 8. You'll never be able to be separated. You know? Verse 26. And everyone that heareth these sayings of mine and doeth them not shall be likened unto a foolish man which built his house upon the sand. You see? And there's a lot of Israelites who've built their house, okay, upon the sand. No stability, you know. It's not on the foundation of what was laid. All right, by Yahushua. All right. The word ain't in them. The spirit ain't on them. All right. They don't got the oil. Come on, man. So now, when all the different calamities come, the hardships, what you think is getting ready to happen to this person, this individual that didn't take the Lord serious? Verse 27, and the rain descended, and the floods came, and the winds blew and beat upon that house, and it fell. And great was the fall of it. That time of that great test in the proving grounds. All right. The Lord put hail on them, but they wasn't able to withstand. They wasn't able to withstand. All right. The different calamities that was supposed to come, that they were already warned of. So let me get this here in the book of Proverbs. We can close out here. Proverbs chapter 17, verse 3. The finding pot is for silver and the furnace for gold, but the Lord trieth the hearts. Verse 3 in the NLT. Fire tests the purity of silver and gold, but the Lord tests the heart. And that's that's the time that we are approaching. All right, the Lord getting ready to try your heart. The scripture says, the trial of man is, just roughly paraphrasing, the trial of man is in his reasoning. Okay, what are you thinking about in your mind? Are you calling upon the names of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua in the time, okay, of the test that he put you in? Or are you trying to figure out another way how to do it your own self, do it your own way, trying to go up another way so that you can pass a test? All right, and I'm here to tell you through the spirit, man, your ass is going to fucking fail every time. You cannot save yourself. This is why the Lord Yahweh, all right, sent his son, Yahushua, all right, to come and to deliver us, okay, to fight for us, to show us the path, to show us the way, okay? I'll read that again, verse 3. Fire tests the purity of silver and gold. That fire getting ready to come. However the Lord sets everything allotted for each and individual that's getting ready to come, the proving grounds that he's about to put you in, your hour of temptation, it's coming quickly, man. And the Lord's about to put fire to it to see, are you really about this, man? You know? Fire tests the purity of silver and gold, but the Lord tests the heart. All right? He's going to test your mind. What are you doing in these? What are you thinking? Okay? In a time of these different tests that the Lord puts you through. And this great time of testing is coming, man. And it's coming quickly. You know, it's getting to the point to where you're not going to have any room to be thinking of how you're going to get yourself out of it. Nah, man. It's only going to be that you have to call upon the names of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua. It's the only way you're going to be saved out of whatever the test the Lord put you in. That's the only way out. Because the Lord ultimately, he set it up for you. That's your lot. That way, however the Lord play it out. You know? I got my own trials and tribulations. But what? I always call upon the name of the Lord. And he always make it a way. Okay, out of that test, man, to where I pass, you know, and your faith, it gets built over time, all right, and that's what the Lord is doing with us right now, man. So if you're going through certain things, which, you know, I know every brother is, you know, each sister too as well. I know y'all going through things. This is the time. The Lord is building up the elect. This is all for the perfecting of the saints. So if you in this truth and you ain't going through nothing, or you never have gone through nothing, yeah, man, you might have to think. You might have to check your spirit and see what's going on. All right, because the Lord is in the process of building us, perfecting us, so that we can be ready for this time. Okay, and that time is quickly approaching. All right, so that time of great testing, the proving grounds, man, it's been happening, but it's getting ready to happen on a larger scale. Okay. So, hey, Lord willing, all right, you find this lesson edifying. That to you, Akim, Wagwath. I want to give all honors and infinite praises to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai, Bahashim Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, who taught us truth and who rule well. Peace and safety and salutations out there to you sincere and you hope for your elect, scattered abroad across the four winds of this earth. All right, I'm your fellow servant, Malaakia. Shalom.